Hi guys, this is Heidi Porter and family.
I'm Mitchell.
I'm Mitchell, yes. I wasn't sure if you wanted that information on. So we're here and we're just having a little chat, and Heidi is just a normal person like me. So Heidi, and I can actually do this now because I've learned how to use this. So Heidi, so tell me about how you got it. If you just tell me a little bit about yourself. Where are you from for a start?
From New South Wales.
And how far away is that?
About 2 hours.
What a trooper.
So yeah, been here every time. So I think we need to stand up for our rights.
Yeah.
And our freedom. And what's happening with the corrupt pedophilia filth that's happening around us.
So how did you find out about it? When did you find out about it?
When we were in lockdown. And then when it all first happened with the COVID that came out, I was sort of like, well, isn't it? Sort of putting gloves on, getting the sanitizer, doing all that stuff. And then I went, no, there's something more. Then I had to do homeschooling, and I sat and I was like looking, and Karen Brewer kept coming up every now and again, and I just went, let's have a look. So I sat there and listened to what she had to say. The more I listened to her, it made more sense. And then I looked into it more, and whatever other things kept popping up, and just proving out that I found out it was so wrong.
Yeah, did you know anything about the 28, the list of 28 alleged pedophiles that include Australian Prime Minister?
And why is it a secret that we shouldn't know about?
I know,
It should be out there for the public to know, and they should be dealt with tongue,
yeah,
whatever.
Oh, well, we're not inciting violence, folks.
But I do not condemn pedophilia.
You do not condone pedophilia. You condemn it. Yes, I know.
No way. I think I would actually probably.
Yeah.
If anyone's done something to my boy, I suppose, yeah.
Well, it's not rocket science, is it?
No,
It.
they put me over the edge of the airplane.
Yeah, I mean, basic normal human decency. Anything to do with children, you protect them. Yeah.
Children,
Yeah. Yeah, good on you. So have you said you've come to each of the rallies? I think, how many is that now? 4, 5?
4 or 5, I think it's been.
And the first one we had, 5, 10 people, something like that?
Something like that.
And the biggest one we had about 300, which for Canberra is absolutely amazing.
That's it. And it's like if I don't come, there's a less person being there. There's
Oh, good on ya.
that comes, then it's the person.
And isn't that a great message? It only takes one person to stand up, and then one more will join, and really. So today we're not doing we don't have the speakers and we don't have anything. Today's a community event, and there's about 32 of them going on around Australia in different locations, all states. And it's the aim of this is to connect people. So we've got our little list, our little list here where we've got names and addresses of people so we can stay connected. So so what are your thoughts on what the way forward? Did you do anything apart from going to the rallies? Did you write any letters or?
No, I didn't actually. So,
It's all right.
Like, I think it's a waste of time because you're not listening to us anyway. So, we just need to get more word out there somehow.
Yeah.
Somehow block that media.
Yeah.
Make them a liability for what they're saying.
Yeah.
They're telling a lie, what they have been doing.
I know, it is interesting. I mean, I agree. I wrote, God knows, I don't know how many letters I wrote. And, I'm not saying don't write letters because you have to do everything that you possibly can. But I was shocked, and this is what sort of spurred me into action. I was shocked when I saw on Facebook Lives elected representatives laughing while they were shredding their constituents' letters. And that to me I just went, what are they? Don't they care? And you know what? That woke me up. They don't. And I think more people would be shocked when they realise that their elected representatives just don't care. In your community, what do you find people's reactions are if you talk to people about that?
Sort of, I don't know, some people probably think I've gone crazy. But I'm like, well, I just throw a few words out there and
Yep.
give them a thought. I was like, well, do you believe about pedophilia?
Yep.
Do you think it's right to do that? And that gives them a bit of a thought of things to go down that path and think about it and stuff like that, and that sort of throw people bombs on them.
Yeah. And that's a great way, is when you ask them something, you're not telling them anything, you're saying, so what do you think about pedophilia? What do you think's going on? And then they have to use their own brain to kind of sift through it. I find a lot of people simply, it's cognitive dissonance. it's so foreign and opposite of everything they thought was true and real, and they just can't get past that barrier. So I think one of the greatest things that you and I could do is just be kind to people. I mean, I used to get really angry and try and go, but. But being kind, and just being there, like we've had how many months now of getting our heads together around the shock, and I was, for about a month, I was in deep cognitive, like it was the depths of despair.
I was like, do I go bush?
Yeah.
Do I go bush? They can't find it.
Oh,
A bit of the technology, the whole lot.
yeah.
Like what I felt like doing, it's like, well, I need to get this one.
Yes.
How am I going to do that?
Yeah, well,
If they take our rights, they bring that new world order in as well as another thing.
yeah.
They bring that in. What am I right? I've got none.
Well, and that's interesting, yes. No, so the New World Order, it's not a secret anymore. It's not a conspiracy theory. It's,
Everything that we've worked our lives for, to buy our own home and have what we've got in our properties and stuff like that, that's all not ours anymore.
yeah, well, that's the plan, isn't it? And they advertise it on the World Economic Forum, and they say basically, you will own nothing and you'll be happy. So I had a conversation with someone the other day, and they laughed at me about, you believe in that conspiracy theory. And I said, well, just go onto the World Economic Forum website, have a look. Australian government's got documents about it. Politicians are talking about it. So here's somebody else.
Money.
Yes.
Tap my cards everywhere. Right now, I'm going back to that bank teller and I want money.
Yeah.
So you're doing your job now.
Well, be aware they might charge you for that. So I just get it out of the free ATMs. But hello, are you? Mary Jane, yeah. How you going?
Good to see
Hey,
you again.
what's your name?
It's Chris.
Christopher. Yes, no, I'm just
Crown
checking.
Chris.
Do you mind if I
No,
there? So there's Chris. Yep.
Hi, Crown Chris here, High Commissioner for the Crown Commission, representing Australia.
You beauty. We're in.
I'm just on a blower. I'll
Yep.
just finish up on this one, Mary. And then
Welcome,
I'll be right with you,
Mary Jane. I don't know. I've never had so much trouble with people remembering Mary Jane. Anyway, look, that's all good. Yeah. So the New World Order.
Just those little things that we can change
Yes.
to make it a little bit better.
Yeah. Well, absolutely. And I'm going to turn this around now, so because we can then just share the vision. There we go. Just because make it interesting. We've got the bright yellow. Look at that. And look, I absolutely am doing this for my kids, because a lot of us could be, we could fly under the radar. We'd be all right. I mean, in Canberra, we have had very few restrictions, and I think that's. I mean, I don't know why you think that might be, but the government needs its worker bees, and
It's quite funny. Like, we were shopping Tumut, I should say it, I suppose. Walking to Coles there, and all the young girls are all masked up, and it's like, wow. And I feel really
In
Tumut. I feel really intimidated that they've got that face mask on, because I'm deaf.
Oh.
And I have trouble even hearing, and then they've got those screens on, and I'm like, wow.
And do you say that to them? Yes.
Yeah, I do. Yeah. I feel intimidated for that I can't properly read your lips.
Well, that's so. I'm not deaf. Perhaps I'm in denial. But I discovered since the mask wearing that actually I also hear what people are saying by reading their lips.
Yeah.
So I actually just say to them, look, I'm sorry, could you please take it off, because I need to read your lips. And a lot of places don't do that now, except in Officeworks, and even Costco stopped doing it a lot.
Okay.
But the people in Costco, they've been very nice. When I just say that, they actually think, oh, sorry, and they take it off.
Yeah.
So, I've tried to move away from the militant style and be the smiley, happy, gentle invitation to waking up. But one of the things I've actually started saying, look at my hair and my hat, it's like, no makeup, what do I care? It's not about looking good, it's about being the right message. So one of the things I have just started gently saying to people who are forced by their employer to wear a mask is, because I saw someone in Wollongong. This is before all the restrictions. It was about 6 weeks ago in Wollongong, and there was an Asian Thai restaurant, which we love, and they were all like this. And I said, oh, look, would you mind taking your mask off because I need to read your lips? Also with a heavy accent. I also definitely needed to read lips. And she took her mask off and she was red.
Oh,
and I just said, oh, look, you know, this is not actually very healthy.
no, that's it. Yeah.
And your employer, and I spoke to the manager, I said, you know, you might just want to let your employer know that they may be at risk of workers' comp or health or that sort of thing down the line. And that's another message that you can kind of share with people.
Well, I look at it this way. Well, we're sucking back in our exhaust fumes.
Oh, I know,
That's
absolutely.
the way I put it. It's like, well, I wouldn't put it.
Are you here to... Sorry.
You're
Hey,
right, no?
We are here to save the world.
you little beauty. We're just doing a little live just because we're sharing it. You don't want to be in it? Or is that okay? So I'll just turn the camera around and say, look, we've got another 2 people. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We've got nearly 10 people here, and this is fantastic. So have a introduce yourselves. Welcome.
Nick Sire and Sandy Cornelius. Yeah, from Kurma.
We've got Tumor, Adeline, and
Yeah.
and
Patriots.
good on you.
We heard the call yesterday. Sorry, guys. Yeah, we heard the call yesterday, and we'd be halfway through a massage right now, but we decided to come here.
Can I just say thank you so much? But I'll tell you what, this is a good stress relief. Because, you know, you've got to stand up and well,
We've got to do a part.
That's
We've
why
got
we
to-
raced up here.
good on you.
It's only a small part at this stage, we know that, but if we all put our energy in and collectively we're getting stronger. We know that.
Have you found more people are willing to listen or waking up?
Look, I'm seeing the divide. Those
Yeah.
who are open-minded are becoming stronger patriots.
Okay.
Those who are closed-minded are becoming more defensive. So I'm seeing that division between those who really don't want to understand yet and those who really are open-minded are getting stronger. That division is very obvious.
Well, that's great, isn't it? Because there's been for a long time the people over there controlling. No one can see what I'm doing, but you know the people on the far left, well, not political left, but just on one side controlling the world and trying to keep everybody asleep, and then the people over on the other side who have been awake. And oh my God, those poor guys have been struggling for 20, 30 years. And then there's the big sleeping masses, which I was part of in the middle. And like I woke up, I knew about vaccinations 20 years ago, but the rest of it I had no clue.
Yeah, we've got to stand up and support people like Senator Heffernan
Yes.
and Ricardo Bossi, and we've all just got to put our energy in and
Yeah.
ourselves and our lives aside and just go, when there's time to come together, just be here.
Yeah.
And it's sad that we're in the minority, but it will change.
Well, I think there's a lot of people who are awake, but they're just, as you said, not yet willing to come out or, oh, I've got to go and do some shopping or I've got to do something. But
Their priorities have been local rather than global, but it's changing. The globe is doing a lot of the local stuff, and all the local people are getting stronger. And if collectively we just stand up the ones that know,
yeah.
we're creating that space for those that don't.
Fantastic. And that's it, creating a space of invitation. So we're not militant, we're not aggressive, we're not kind of force anyone to believe anything. We're just providing simple facts. The simple fact that I always invite people to consider is, as you said, in Bill Heffernan's speech, because it's in Hansard on page 80 of his speech on the 20th of October 2015, where he says, I have a police list of 28 alleged pedophiles. I mean, they might not be, let's investigate. But there's a 90-year suppression order on those. And what's going on? So what's...
Happening in our country, why?
Yeah.
And what else?
What else is happening?
Well, and it includes... No, and it includes sitting judges at the time, I think, and a former Australian Prime Minister. So that's my go-to simple fact. Another one is, oh, you mean the flu, the 99.9% recovery rate flu? You worried about that, really?
My concern is with that. How can a healthy person make a young person sick?
Well, you
And
But-
statistics came out yesterday, you've got more chance of dying on the shark bite.
well, and this is great. Laughing, I think, is our best and greatest weapon. Just saying, I mean, this is just insane. No.
And masks are actually reducing
put it on us.
Well, I was just wondering how many people driving around Brisbane this weekend are going to faint and have accidents, because it says wear the mask while you're driving.
Listen to them. If none of us listen, none of this would be here.
Well, there's a great hypnotic wave. So I'm just curious. So what do you have any go-to simple facts that you find have worked? Because not everybody's interested in, not everybody's interested in, everybody's got their area of interest. And I find some people run away from the pedophile thing. But have you got a simple go-to thing? Hey, come. Hey, Helen, we're on a live feed. So if you don't want to be...
Look, our go-to is listening to the whistleblowers in the military around the world. That's where we've been watching.
Okay.
They've got intel that's been in the field, and you listen to Gene Sensei, and there's Gene Decode if you look up online. There are different military groups, Mark Taylor, and there's a wonderful man, Alfred Lambre.
Okay, that's all right.
Yes, but his name's, I can't remember his name, forgive me.
That's all right. And later, if you want to share any of the people that you watch, put it onto the Aussie Patriots website or whichever group in Facebook that you're...
Aussie Patriots, that's why we're following.
Okay.
Alfred is.
So he's in the part of in the law system.
Okay.
He's seeing what's happening.
Yep.
And he's actually in part of waking up that legislative side.
Great.
In our country. So we're following people on the field.
Yes.
The whistleblowers, the military people. So if you really look,
Yep.
the information's there.
They're actually taking action, like legal action. They're putting that forward to get this happening.
There is a lot of legal class actions going on, which is terrific. Yeah, and when you share with other people, have you got some simple facts that you find wake people up? So that, like you're talking about the big sleeping masses in the middle. Have you got any kind of, like, I've got the 28 names and the 99.9% recovery rate. And I'm asking because I want more to share.
Yeah. I've got so much in here. I have to think.
I know. Well, so that's great because often, when you find stuff out, you kind of go blah, 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 and people run away and their heads fall off. And then they don't want to ever talk to you again.
There's so much we could say right now, but we're cautious of
Yes.
what little bits do we go. That's why we're saying follow the whistleblowers.
Absolutely. Yep.
And our military that are saying, the global military that are saying, look deeper.
Yes, absolutely. So share those contacts on, and also if I've got a little booklet here, if you don't mind just writing your name and phone number or and where you're from, because that's really helpful. Thank you. I'm just sort of doing a live so people in other cities around the world and around the world, Australia, can. Are you okay to be on the live or not? If you just let me know if you don't want to be, and I won't put your faces in it. But
We're okay.
and we're not doing anything illegal. We're just meeting to say hello.
Which camera is it? That one?
It's facing you at the moment, just because people are sick of looking at me. Nobody wants to see me. Here we go. Look, just in case you miss me. Oh no, it doesn't work like that. See, oh God. Okay, here I'll do this. Just in case you miss me. I'll stand here. Welcome. You guys have been at all of them, haven't you?
I think Effie's been at all of them. Yeah, I've been at maybe most of them.
Yeah, I remember. Oh, you weren't at the one where we were at the shrine on the 15th of August. In the rain, there was 5 of us. So we've now officially got more people than we did then. But that's hooray! So we're just sharing the love. Can you just tell us a little bit? You've come from Canberra, or where have you come from?
From Melbourne.
All right, but right today, where did you join from?
Oh, Canberra.
Canberra. So yeah, good. So because we've got Kuma and Tuma add along. I'm from Canberra. I think Helen's from Canberra.
That's amazing. We should get more Canberrans because we've got look how close.
So where are the Canberrans?
I know, we need more.
I know.
Like, if you've got some people coming from Pima, which is like what 3 hours or something.
Yeah, it's amazing.
They have to get up preparation,
I know, seriously.
and go back.
Yeah.
It's like the whole day.
So have you got a message to any Canberrans that you'd like to share?
Don't be afraid, just come out.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to regret it later when things change. Well, we would say, like, why didn't I do this before? Why did I leave it now?
And then when you start seeing the children being affected and stuff like that, then you just really regret it.
Well,
You don't want to get locked in because the stables are getting smaller and tighter.
and it is really a lot about the kids. I know a lot of us stand up because we've got kids and we can see the legislation that has been enacted in some states like South Australia. They can just take your kids. Oh, you've got the flu, or in fact, you don't even have, there is no health anymore. There's no such thing as a healthy person. There's a symptomatic and an asymptomatic person. So they have very cleverly taken away our ability to be healthy and trapped us in this construct of, oh, I might get sick soon, I might get sick soon, I might get sick soon. And what does the placebo effect tell you about the power of the mind? You can make yourself sick, you can make yourself die. So we're here for our kids' future. I mean, that's why I'm here, standing up in yellow and a bush hat. I mean, honestly, seriously. Oh, yes.
The words, that's what they're using now. The narrative is very constructed, specific and very targeted for fear and confusion. The confusion part is something that they really manipulate.
Health is our responsibility. And when we're off to the job, we don't need to be forced to do anything.
Well, and this is the thing, and then lots of studies do show that people who take individual responsibility about anything, about health or work or anything really, kids, they're more likely to actually achieve a great outcome because they're individually responsible and care, and they're looking constantly to create that best outcome. Whereas if you sort of sit back and rely on somebody else, I mean, that other person up there does not have your best interests at heart. I mean, and you see this when our local representatives, our elected representatives, are shredding our concerns and literally telling me, your voice does not matter. That is what I was told by the chief of staff, somebody white, I'm not going to remember his whole name, of Alicia Payne. I think her office is just over there. Well, look, I mean, the chief of staff of our elected representative, Alicia Payne, Labor Party, I will never vote, well, any of them again, because they're all complete treasonous and unlawful, laughed at me on the phone in April, I think it was, and said, you don't understand how Labor Party policy works. It does not it doesn't rely on your alone voice. And I said, well, I'm not alone. No, I don't know what you're talking about, the will of the people. That doesn't exist in Australia. That is word for word what he told me. So I have to be really grateful because that kind of went slap. And I went, what is going on here? And then I looked at everything else. You know what? That's what I thought. But do you reckon they've forgotten, or is this a plan?
You know what? I take my hat off.
Looking like that, because, they all seem to be on the same page. You can't differentiate unless you go to some of the fringe parties. The mainstream parties all seem to be the same time.
Well, yeah, and when you look at what happened in 1973, and I don't look at the Constitution. I do now, but I didn't then, because you think, it's,
You take it for granted.
And you know what? They've deliberately removed constitutional studies out of our education system, so they don't want people to know this. But in 1973, the powers that were then changed the Constitution, and when you change the Constitution, you're supposed to have a referendum.
It needs to be a referendum.
They didn't do that, so everything from that point forward is unlawful. And then what they've done is corporatised all the, everything's a business here. So then they're using a not common law, and the common law is basically do no harm.
Yeah, it's common.
Yeah. But they've made it a corporate, or it's actually anyway, I'm not going to get into the details, but it's a corporatised law which does not have our interests at heart. So
there's a second version of it. So the real version of people has always existed and will always exist and should always exist. And then they create like a parallel version of it. And they just change.
And they've shifted all, yeah.
And then they started teaching that way.
Legal fiction.
Yeah.
So they made it part of the the curriculum, the legislation and curriculum, so that we think that's what it is, and that's our constitution. So it's like, once again, that deception. We've got two versions, but they're not referring to the proper version.
Yeah, and under common law, no man or woman can be compelled to do anything.
No.
Those God-given rights, which cannot be taken away.
Yeah, just like we have sovereignty over our own bodies. And it's like they're literally putting in this stuff so that they can hold us down and inject us. So I'm going to invite you. I've got a little book there, if you wouldn't mind, just because I'm preparing for the great internet downing. So I've gone to pen and paper. There's a little book. If you wouldn't mind just putting your names in.
MeWe's been pretty good.
Oh, okay.
Don't install Facebook.
Oh, okay. Well, I know. If
I couldn't uninstall it. It
Ah.
was in my phone. I had to disable it rather than uninstall it.
I know, it's insidious, isn't it? Well, I'll talk to you later about this, but yeah, I'm stretched pretty thinly, so if I can hand over to you any moderation for MeWe, that'd be awesome. But we'll talk about that later. Hey, Chris, welcome. Tell us about yourself.
Well, recently, since we last saw each other at the War Memorial, I've become a live life claimant.
Oh,
You know,
yes.
So if you know what that is.
Oh, maybe explain for people and myself again to
To
remind.
be a live life claimant, we're given a birth certificate, right?
Yep.
And when we're born, we're deemed as a person. And you'll notice that your name's written in dog Latin, italics, capital letters, right?
That's a big difference.
That actually certifies that you're a dead. Right? So then you, of course, have to register as a live life claimant to step outside of that bracket. See, once we're given that birth certificate, our actual physical being becomes a commodity on the US Trade Commission. You know, up to $6 billion per person per lifetime.
And do you get any of that?
No, we don't get a zack. All we do is just have the screws placed on us more and more and get tightened and screwed from every angle.
So who gets that money?
Governments, of course, you know, all of these people that are affiliated with the Bilderberg Group, Rothschilds, Kissingers, so on and so forth. So to be a live life claimant, mate, what we do is we either register through the Purple Thumb community or the Quantum community. Okay.
Would you be able to share? You're a member of the Aussie Patriots Lawful Rebellion group online, are you?
I
On
am, Mary
Facebook?
Jane, yes.
Would you be able to just share some links, maybe under
Certainly
this?
can.
When this later, under the video here, in one of the comments, and I can put it together, that'd be fantastic.
That way people can actually recognise that themselves as being actually a live person.
Yes.
You know, living on the land.
Yeah.
And as many of us are pretty aware, we operate under maritime law. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, they suppress us under maritime law, as I should say.
Yeah.
More
And-
clearly. And we're living on the land.
Yeah.
So, and we're actually alive.
Yes.
You know, so they've deceived us there. And so going through that live life claimant process allows us to actually step outside of the matrix,
Yes.
as it's called.
And so you've done that process, and so in practice, so I don't know, do you have any, like, in the normal world that we have been led to believe is real, I might have a mortgage or a bank loan or a car or, own something, which of course I don't think we do own.
You don't actually own it, as you're probably aware or becoming aware of. Okay, you're given the illusion that you own it. Okay, realistically what you actually are is a debt slave.
Yes.
Okay, so stepping outside of that, becoming a live life claimant makes you become aware of all these things that you've been hidden from, the knowledge that's been hidden from us, i.e. We have the right to travel with our cargo. That includes our passport, our driver's license, and whatever we choose to travel. We don't have these corporations that are able to actually stop us.
Yeah.
Because becoming a live life claimant, then of course we choose whether or not to interact and do commerce with these people.
Yeah.
Okay, so the moment that, say for instance, the police pull us over, the moment you engage with them is the moment you've engaged in commerce with them. Okay, so becoming a live life claimant actually brings you up to speed and aware of all these different things that you can actually recognise and go, I can actually step outside that bracket. And then of course you're given a letter with terms and conditions that you can serve these people with if they choose to do commerce with you.
Okay, well that's really, and look, and I know this, when I first started hearing about all this, my head nearly fell off, and I actually thought, these people are just crazy and whingers. Frankly, I'm not saying you are now, because now I understand it. So, one of the things, the good things to come out of all this madness is that this doesn't sound crazy anymore, and it's becoming more obvious to many people because it's been put out there about the Great Reset and the World Economic Forum that essentially they want us to all become slaves. So look, I'm going to just there's lots of people are turning up now. This is fantastic.
Don't shine the light on
No, but thank you for that.
Since doing the Live Life payment, I've been appointed the ambassador to the Crown on that behalf for the Pacific Nations.
Brilliant. Okay.
And I've also been appointed the High Commissioner to the Crown Commission here in Australia.
Okay.
People are under the impression that this is one country. No, this is many countries. This is divided up to 555 different separate countries recognised under tribal law. And this is the great deception.
Wow.
This is what we're trying to get out to people that, okay, here's the knowledge.
Yep.
Here's the syntax grammar.
Yep.
And it's all correct.
Yep.
And all in accordance to the way that these people do commerce as well.
Yes. Well, look, thank you for your expert knowledge. And I'm assuming you're in touch with Graham Jeffs and the Aussie Patriots.
Indeed.
Because my expertise is not the details of the law. So I love collaborating with I know enough to know what I need to do, but not perhaps enough to explain the details to other people who are interested. So your work is so valuable, and working in partnership with people like Graham Jeffs and everybody else who has that expertise.
It's all about sharing the knowledge.
Oh yeah,
share the knowledge with me. I then learn the knowledge, and then it's the right thing to do to then teach my fellow Crowns the same thing.
Brilliant. Thank you so much, Chris. And there's a bunch of flyers there as well, so thank you. Oh, look, here's someone. Hey, how you going? Look, we've got a nice little crowd here. Guys, yes, there's lots of flyers. Here we go. Fantastic. Thank you. This girl here, I'm just going to... Hello, ladies. And now I'm just letting you know I'm live. Are you happy? Very happy. Now I'm just going to have a quick chat to this lady over here who's also videoing. Hey, welcome back. I think you did the videos at the last one, didn't you? Yeah. Now, can you tell me where you put it up? No. Yeah. So welcome, and I'll let you do your thing, but if you want to just write your name and contact details so that if when the internet goes down, it's in a little book, just share your name and there's someone doing that now. Sorry, what was your name again? Katrina. G'day, how you going, Katrina? Because I'm really interested to see if you, do you do it for local blogs or that sort of thing?
Yeah, well, I film a lot of events and I put them up from start to finish when I arrive.
Yeah. Okay, great.
Edit the main footage. So
Okay.
You can always go and check context. I've done the climate rallies and these ones which I don't necessarily agree with, and I've done the ones
Okay.
for the farmers.
Okay.
I did the flag convoy every year.
Okay.
Australia Day,
Well, so are you on Facebook?
yeah, Cattle Planet.
Okay, and if you can maybe just share whatever it is that you do post, can you share it with? Okay.
Sure if you were going to be actually doing anything.
No, so today is a real community thing, just to meet and greet and.
There's a bit of confusion maybe on the organising of it.
Well,
Was it a protest?
no.
Was it a barbecue? Was it a...
Well, it's different in each community because this is just about bringing people together. So the Freedom Day rallies and those ones are organised as a different thing. This is Aussie Patriots get together. New Zealand across the ditch, they're having a big rally today, and we talked about it amongst the Aussie Patriot groups. Just what's the best thing that we could do to contribute to people's communities, and we thought we're just getting in touch with people offline, not online, but offline in real life, to chat to people, just to share the love, basically. So that's what this is about.
Yeah, well, I quite often support issues, but I don't often join groups or anything.
No, that's fine.
Yeah,
No.
I've had my own little issues with the ACT.
Have you? Oh, okay. Well, and brilliant, and independent media. We'd like to see independent media. Oh, well, look, I don't watch mainstream media anymore, so I haven't seen that. Oh, fair enough. Oh, Well, I think Twitter's just blocked half of the population of the world today. Anyway, look, you do your thing. That's welcome anyway. And Katrina, was it? If you can, just jot your stuff down. That'd be great. Brilliant. Thank you. I'm going to go and say hello. Here's the lady with hello. Now this is a Facebook Live. Are you okay to just? Well, I've got and I'll just flick it around just to remind people who I am again. Look, I've got my yellow vest and my Aussie Patriots hat. And hello, here we go. Look, there's some people behind me. Nobody wants to see my ugly mug anymore. This is a Facebook Live, so if you don't want your face in it, that's fine. Just let me know. Welcome.
We just wanted to introduce ourselves.
Yes. Are you okay if we're? Yeah. Yep. That's because people like to see there's people in real life.
Absolutely. My name's Henderson.
Diamond Henderson. Nice to meet you, Diamond. I love your hat. It's my husband's, actually. And where did you come in from? Canberra or somewhere else? Brilliant.
Nice to meet you. I'm Glenda Merritt.
Glenda, g'day. Oh, thank you so much for coming.
Well, I live in Sydney.
Yeah, but
I'm working in Yass, so I've come over here for this today.
thank you so much. We, I went and spoke to the custodian and Albert Hall, is that his name? Albert, at the Aboriginal Tent Embassy when we had it up at Parliament House to make sure they were invited to come along, and at least one of them they joined. So thank you. That's fantastic. Wow.
I've been following this now for quite a few years.
Okay.
So, we need the strong voices.
We do.
Yes, so
We do.
obviously it's disappointing with what's going on in the world.
Yeah. Well, and the good thing, I always like to say what's right about this that I'm not getting, and what's right about this extreme movement to what appears to be a really bad ending for everybody, is that it's been such an extreme sudden shock to everybody that all those sleepers in the middle, like myself, have gone, no, there's something wrong with this. This just doesn't even make sense. And we've woken up and taken a stand. And that's what, in April, that's what I did. It's like, and it's kind of, you build and build. So
And having that courage to put your own stuff on your platform, and I get a lot of backlash and ridicule, but it makes me stronger.
Yes.
I do it for the kids,
Yes.
for the children, save the children. We don't stand up for the kids' rights now for what's going on,
Yeah.
because it's pedophilia globally, especially in our hierarchy.
yeah.
It's absolutely disgusting.
Yes. And that's one of the things I try to stick to, because as you say, you get a lot of ridicule at the beginning. I mean, people that I actually knew in real life were just, they were gaslighting and belittling, and I couldn't actually believe the lack of willingness to have just a sharing of things that I found out, and what did you find out, and what do you think? There was this default to gaslighting and belittling. But as you said, once you...
They share, for instance, William Tyrrell. They send and share, come on, you can do more than that. This is more about getting out and being active.
Yes.
Show some action.
Yeah.
Don't just press that button, share, this is for William. This is for many kids.
Yes.
Globally.
Yeah.
There's many like him.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of other, awful things going on behind. I can't say next time.
No.
Believe me.
Yes.
We'll leave that for the professions when they
Yes.
come out. It's
Yes.
going to come out.
Yeah.
The truth telling is going to come out about what's going on.
It's exciting, isn't it?
Exciting. I actually feel I'm crying every day when I hear how strong it's going to get.
Yeah, look, and so that's where what we're doing today is so important, and I'm going to scan around while we talk, is even a small group. Look, we've actually got, I don't know how many people, 20, 30, something like that, people here who are just chatting, making real connections, because we've had time to process this. We've gotten through all that cognitive dissonance. That is a shock. I was not in bed literally, but shut down for about a month in May when I found all the depths of the horrendous things going on. But now we've gone through that. Now what's going to happen when people actually see this stuff that comes out? We're there to help them. So
we're prepared. We're kind of desensitised. When they start hearing about it, they're going to be in complete shock.
It is. So that's why smiles, love, and actual human contact, that's why Oh, Harp, spreading the love. Bless you. Harp, sorry, I'm new to this. Oh, thank you. And that's what it's all about. That's why even if it's a small number, from little things, big things grow. And so anyone who's listening to this that might be, just waking up now or wondering what they can do or being in shock, know that we're here and we're not scary. We're pretty normal people. And we'll
The rights of children now for the future, they will have no freedom or rights.
No. Yeah, and you can see that happening now in Queensland, a 3-day sudden, decision to make you do these weird things. It's like, what are you doing? So I've actually got to thank them for that, because hopefully it'll wake some people up. Just to let you know, I've got a little book, because if and when the internet shuts down, I'm just getting people to write their names and contact. Oh, brilliant, thank you. Have you got any message to people you'd like to kind of share? Any thoughts and ideas? I'm going to go and say hello to some other people. Have you got...
Yes, this morning,
Dunk it, if it drowns, it goes to the beach. If it doesn't drown, it's a beach bird.
I can only guess that
That's like very many years. It's sad because otherwise very that's right. That's what I mean.
at the top of the channel.
It doesn't matter if you meet them in.
Shocked. Or... Right.
A bit of a different interpretation. Where we go
Okay.
with the informed information about what the Illuminati, the Freemasonry, the Bilderberg group, what they've tried to put on us. That's how we operate, but they try and operate like that shit too. Yes. No. We're trying.
And you know what? What if they could create something that was even better than what they thought they had?
That's as simple as it gets.
Yeah, but it's not. I mean, Melbourne and Sydney, I love both of the cities. But for a visit, I don't want to, unless you're not everybody have a really nice time.
That's a wonderful, wonderful message. Thank you so much. I like a good spring clean. Personally, I'd rather not have to do it, but that's what we're here for. So, look, thank you so much for coming. I'll just go around and say hello to some other people. And if you suddenly decide you've got anything else to say, just come and grab me. People are watching. I've been in touch, or people have contacted me who have disabilities, but are really wanting to participate, and they haven't been able to. So I said, we'll live stream everything so you can, hear the messages, feel like you're part of the community, which you are, and...
The main thing is spreading the love.
Yeah.
That is the important thing. What we have here allow them to see and then they can express.
Yes.
So that was my
Fantastic. And I agree. I think people have been entrained into this default style of hate and just belittling people or laughing at. But they're not actually intrinsically like that. There are a few people who are just pure evil, but the rest of it just sort of go along. So our invitation is to spread the love and the smiles. So thank you so much. We're going to go back to here. Oh, this. Oh well, now you brought your little. Has he got a name?
Vaccine Bear.
Vaccine Bear.
Oh, he's not there. I think there's a hashtag for helping
But she was saying regardless.
Yeah. No. Oh no, surely not. I trust everything they tell me.
is lying plastered on my car. She found the media. Everyone's got me on film.
Oh, good on you. Oh, well, look, thank you for coming. You've been to pretty much all of them with your little bear. He's a good one. So now, have you got any thoughts today that you'd like to share?
Yeah, just got to keep fighting, don't we?
No. And it's not hard, is it? When was the first time you stood up? Because I know, for example, me, it was probably April, May, when the first rally was here, and I thought long and hard. It's like, I know I can see what's coming, and I've gone under the radar for so long. What do I do? And I went, bugger it, this is for my kids. Stand up. And once you stand up, it's not that hard. And we're nice people. Look at all these nice people.
20 years ago, my child got vaccinated. I noticed the vaccine when I started work. So I've had that 20 years sort of. He was working when I found this. And I used to say stuff when it first happened like this, but everyone thinks it was like that. You have all sorts of ideas, so shut up. And so you go quiet. Then I feel a bit guilty because what's happening now. It's like, I should have been standing up, or I could feel it coming to the chest. Everyone, I knew they were coming after me.
It is, and you know what? There's so many arms to it, like an octopus or tentacles. That okay, let's say some people still want the vaccine. Fine, go for it. But do you want to keep your money in the bank? And do you want to keep your house? Do you want to keep owning those? And that will wake up a lot of people. It's like, what do you mean I can't own anything anymore and I get, a handout from the government and then I have to do what they say? What do you mean all our businesses are being shut down? I mean, how come Costco and Woolies and all those big businesses are allowed to operate and yet all the small ones are being told to do this, that and the other and they can't open, and none of it makes sense. So, in a sense, this year's been a godsend. Yeah. Well, and it's really sad that people have to be injured and die potentially from these really untested, they're tested to a certain degree, but not to the level that they should be, vaccines that are coming out. But if that's what it's going to take to wake people up, it's...
And it's sad because there's there's not enough people waking up, and we're going to lose, and it's going to be we're all going to be put in these smart cities and blah, blah, blah. And I heard some of the speeches last rally, and they were like, we're going to win, we've got the right, we've got five behind us, we're going to win. And at enough times, I was like, I don't know if we're going to win, I don't care, because I don't...
You got to stand up. Yeah.
I can't, it's getting too hard on me.
No.
On my deathbed to meet my maker, I couldn't hit myself with that. So I know it's everyone's anxious, we know it's going to get harder and harder. But we're all like, well, what do we do? We just got to keep going because we can't shut up now. We can't go down. I feel like all those super out there, we get that uncomfortable feeling like my mum's hating on me and all the people at work are hating on me and I'm probably going to lose my job soon. And I'm like, well, all of us here today override that uncomfortable feeling and we go, we've just got to do what's right now. So, and that's why it doesn't matter who's out here. I'd rather be here with you guys because you guys are working way to go.
Oh, bless.
And I'm just glad I've seen what I've seen the last 20 years to know that this is where I'm today.
Oh, well, and there are more people. Oh, well, thank you for coming. Brilliant. Thank you. All right. Well, I'll go and say hello to some other people who have arrived, but thank you. And there's a little book there that's got, I've got your name and address, but I'm just trying to sort of keep track of today. Brilliant. And feel free to grab some brochure, like flyers and stuff and hand them out. That'd be brilliant. Right, now we've said hello. Oh, hey. Oh, that's all right. Yes. Hey, how you going? Oh, this is a Facebook Live. Are you okay to be on it? How you going, Carmel? Good. Welcome. We've got, how many people do you reckon? 30, 25, something like that? Yeah, that's pretty good for Canberra for a 1 week notice event, and this is not a rally, this is a gathering just so that we can, you know, meet in person. Yeah, and it's warm and we're not in the rain. Ooh. I'm just making my way around. Have you got any messages you'd like to share?
Carmel was one of the first ones.
That's right. You were. We are. Whether you yeah. All right. Well, if you have a think, and if you think of something you want to say, then come and grab me. Hello. This is a Facebook Live. You're okay to be on it, are you? Oh, beauties. What was your name? Chris. Chris. Oh yeah, we've got another Chris. There you go. And you brought the flag. Good on ya. Yeah. So tell me a little bit about yourself, or anything you want to say, really. This is a Facebook Live just to share around the country and across the ditch. Oh, you were printing the flyers. Yes, thank you. Because there's another Chris that turned up and I thought it was him because I didn't put a name to a face, but good on you. Brilliant. Cool. It's great. No, it's more than I had expected with such short notice. So is this the first gathering in Canberra you've come to, and how did you find out about it? Oh, thank you, Dale. Brilliant. Yep. Oh, brilliant. Thank you so much. And have you got one? I always like to find out when you help people, or when anybody helps people wake up, for want of a better word, or become more aware about what's really going on. Is there one simple piece of information you share with them so their heads don't fall off? Yep. Ricardo Bossy, yep. Mm-hmm. Oh, yes. No. Yep. Yep. Yeah. Yeah. Brilliant. Yeah, that's one of my go-tos actually about that. All right, I'm just going to... And can you trust your government that puts that suppression order on, and a media that doesn't blow the lid on it, what really is going on? All right, thank you so much, Chris. All right, thank you. I'll go over here. Hello, I'm doing a Facebook Live just so we can share the love. Are you happy to be on it, or you prefer not to?
Probably not now, but I'd be happy to. I'd like to talk to you later.
Sure, no worries. Oh, right, okay. Well, actually, Helen, are you happy to be on the Facebook Live? Yeah. Yeah.
That's right. Oh, what?
Yeah, no, it's on. I've been doing it the whole time. Yeah.
Oh, well, my big concern, which I believe underpins everything, is the 90-year suppression order on the list of 28 high-profile Australians, including our Prime Minister and to our judiciary as well, for alleged government violence. And John Howard placed that 90-year suppression order, and no Australian politician, apart from Senator Bill Heffernan and
Frank Arena,
have called any government across Australia on this. I just believe we deserve integrity transparency, truth, accountability, always, in all areas of our lives.
That'd be nice.
It would be absolutely wonderful, and that's being true to our listening to ourselves too, and seeing what really resonates with us. And I experience cover-up of pedophilia big time up in the Catholic Church.
Personally?
Personally, with my only brother being abused, and then telling that it was actually police finding his letter to the bishop who approached my brother would they consider being part of an action for cover-up. And to sit through that, it took 3 years to get there because they attempted to squash it because it was behind cover-up of joining the Catholic Church. Now, for an institution that I held in such incredible esteem, and that had been generational, to believe that in that, to be into that, to then see and before pedophilia, did I start to question what this all was about.
Yeah.
So I have believed for many, many years we can have a peaceful world, we can have a world of well-being.
Yes.
So why are the powers that be promoting otherwise?
Well, it's a simple question, isn't it?
It is.
It's like basic common sense tells us that, you know, we can be healthy if we do some basic things, and none of that's being talked about. In fact, I love the way, well, I don't love it, but I'm astounded by the fact that no one's questioning more this concept that we are no longer healthy, we're either symptomatic or asymptomatic. So you're either got some symptoms or you're waiting to have some symptoms but you're still sick. And it's a very clever shift in the narrative that they've made. So, but thank you for coming. I am going to wrap up the live in a minute because I know some people want to have a chat without being on the live, but thank you so much. And thank you for everything that you do, because we're not scary, are we? Are you scary?
No, I'm doing this for the world.
Yes.
I have 6 adult children, I have 2 grandchildren and another one on the way. But I'm doing it for the most vulnerable.
Yeah.
Not necessarily in a position to speak up. We deserve to be put in there. To me, that is a true measure of our society, how we look after the most vulnerable. And it's certainly not locking them up and denying them a kiss or a hug or injecting them and medicating them.
No, absolutely not. And that's what I think everybody here, we have nothing to lose, nothing to gain, everything to lose. In fact, I think a lot of us have already lost family and friends. I mean, not physically, but, you know, they just think we're crazy and won't talk to us. So why are we doing this? Because we have to. We care. So anybody who's seeing this and just in that waking up, and if you're in anywhere really, and you're feeling alone or isolated, just reach out. Reach out to one of us, because we've been through that. We know what you're experiencing, and reach out and we can help you get through it, because it's...
Looking across at the most vulnerable, here we are in
Yes.
the Legislative Assembly, and we have 2 people sleeping rough. And this is in the national capital in one of the most wealthy countries of the world. There's some values that really need to be seriously addressed.
Absolutely. All right. Thanks, Helen. No worries. Thank you for coming. Oops, hang on. Thanks for coming, everybody. Oops, I'm not. I'm facing it to me now, so you can rest easy. I'm just going to wind up the live so that we can talk without having to worry about that. But this is so that people in New Zealand or the 32 locations around Australia can be part of what we've been doing in Canberra. So if anybody would like to jump, I'm not filming anybody, just me. If anybody would like to jump on the live before I switch it off, put the hand up. Oh, Chris, you were on. I love enthusiasm. All right. And while I've got the big voice on, please put your name down and your contact phone number or whatever you like in the little book that's on the table. Grab whatever flyers there are if you want to go and stick them up or hand them out anytime. And thank you for coming, and I'll switch off the live. Thanks, everybody. No worries. We're not leaving. We're still here, but I'm just going to wrap the live up so that I can have a chat with people. Thanks so much for joining. This is the ACT Legislative Assembly Square Gathering in Canberra on Saturday, midday, 9th of January. in partnership with the Aussie Patriots and Karen Brewer and Billy T in New Zealand. And thank you so much for joining us virtually. And if you've got any question, put them in the comments below, and I'll have a look this afternoon or tomorrow if I run out of time today. Thank you again so much, and join us next time, and peace out.